Okay, in this video I'm going to talk about divergence, the only thing that you need to know about indicators. I really recommend to use only one or maximum two indicators. I'm actually not a fan of using any of the indicators that I see around in the internet, especially those that are drawn in the price, because I need to see the waves. What other people know as candles, we can call it wave if you are applying the wave principle, because that's what we study. The only indicator that I actually use is the RSI, which means relative strength indicator, and that helps me see if this movement is strong or if it's not really that significant. But other indicators such as MACD works for this. In short words, any oscillator should do the same as the following that I'm going to explain to you. But I'm going to talk about RSI, so make sure you know how to use RSI. There's a video about it later on in the advanced section, but for now let's just talk about divergence and how you can spot them in the chart. The first thing that you need to know is that the price is going to make higher heights while your indicator is going to make lower heights. This is known as divergence, and it's very likely that the price is going to move strong like this, and it's going to mark you that the movement is significant, make a ABC and then go down. So this is the normal and default divergence that you have to find in the charts. The higher the time frame, the more significant it is. Another kind of divergence is when you have two higher heights but the same level RSI. In this case, this is a zigzag to go down, and you can spot them when they bounce in the same level here in the indicator. And a bullish way to find an entrance to the upside in this case, in this running flat, is when you have a higher height and then a lower low in your RSI. That means that this is charging and has a lot of movement to the upside because it has more room to go up. These are the three kinds of divergence that we can find in the charts. This is actually one of the most interesting divergence out there. There's a reason they call it hidden divergence, but it's actually showing you that something here is happening. For me, this is like the energy bar that you need to understand. If it's down, it has room to go up. If it's up, it needs to recharge before going up again. Here we can see some examples that once the price makes three higher highs, we have three lower lows. That means this is divergence. For the ending diagonal, it moves down, showing that this was a move to the downside. It has more room to go up. And you can also use trend line here, so you can see that here is a break above it. It goes up. It's really strong, so you can expect here to don't turn around just yet, but maybe it's gonna go at least one more move to the upside with a divergence, and it did. But this is an ending diagonal, so I expect three movements up: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Three higher heights with three lower lows. That's my ending diagonal. It goes down, then it returns to a certain level of Fibonacci, but also here you can notice the place where the price bounces two times before going down. Here we can see another divergence with these two tops, this little like this, and what happens after that is that the price broke below this trend line and the price goes down. In this example here, we can see that these two lows doesn't have divergence, so that means a new low is coming, and it did. 1, 2, and 3, and now you have divergence in an ending diagonal form, and then it moves up. And as you can see here, it has a strong movement, and it bounces here in the wave 2, and then it goes up. And you can see a little small divergence here, but that means that it's going to correct in a triangle form, and the price keep bouncing in this level before going up. And when it goes to the fifth wave, you can see that it has some sort of diagonal form with divergence here. So this is an ending diagonal that broke below ABC and then go down. Okay, so in this part of the video, I'm going to show you a little bit about the divergences using RSI that you have here, and also the MACD. It's called moving average divergence convergence. That usually means if the movement is strong to the upside. If there's divergence here, for example, in these two tops, you can see that it's falling down. In the RSI, you can also see that it's falling down. So basically what we need to do here is spot a pattern. For example, this ending diagonal, it has a movement, it's strong, so it's not going to turn around just yet, but make a new low as it did here. It has divergence, but ending diagonals have fifth movement, so this is the last one. And after the end in the diagonal, we have a strong movement to the upside. It can be marked like this, and then this two has this divergence, and the movement started to correct. So divergence not always means turns around. For me, it means it's time to correct. It's time to recharge. And as you can see, this drop in here is very strong. I don't think it's going to turn around just yet. It needs more slow side movement with divergence so that the actual price is ready to go to the upside. What happens next is that it did another ending diagonal here with divergence here, and you can see that in the MACD2 here, and then the price moved up really strong. As you can see here, it's even stronger than all the movements before. So I can see that, okay, this is my first initial movement impulse here, and I need to follow it. What's happening next is this 1 2 3 4 5 with a little divergence here, but this is a leading diagonal happening after ending diagonal, so I have to pay attention to this one. And then the price falls down, and check this out, I have higher lows here and lower lows down here. This is hidden divergence. What happened after this is that the price started to go up. I have another impulsive movement here, and then the price ends up here in the ending diagonal form with another hidden divergence right there, and then the price started to move up. When I have this movement here, I know that this price is strong, but it needs divergence before turning around. It did a new high, and the price moved down. What happens after that is that it made a new high with a new strong movement in the RSI, and the price went down again. And what happened with this movement is that it did the same double bottom, but with lower lows here. So that's also hidden divergence. The price didn't make a new low, as you can see there. Let me get a little closer. As you can see, it didn't make a new low, but it did a lower low RSI here. That's hidden divergence, and you can see that the price flew to the upside. And here it did the same. You can see that this is higher lows, but here in the RSI you can see it's a lower low. That's another hidden divergence, and you can spot these movements all the time. Here you can see these two higher heights, and here you get lower heights. And that's basically it. That's all you need to know about the price. Every time it does a strong movement, don't expect it to turn around. For example, in these two, if I go to the hour, I know that this movement was strong. I can see that in the RSI, so I cannot expect this to make a new high. What I did is I traced my Fibonacci here, and I see that the price came back to this zone, and the price did an ending diagonal here, that if I go closer I can see another divergence in these tops. Let me get even closer to this, and there it is. You get divergence in MACD and the RSI in these tops, and what it did after that is another low right here. And when I see this in higher time frames, I see that these movements made a new lower low, but RSI told me it's not low, it's actually a higher low. So that's divergence, and after that the price started to rise again. So that's basically it. What you need to know about divergences and of any indicator, especially RSI, is higher heights, lower heights, that's divergence. Lower lows with higher lows, that's divergence, and the price moved to the other side.